StereoKit is an open source mixed reality library for C# developers. It's really good for building applications and tools. Instead of focusing on the games and interactive media use case, it focuses on applications and productivity and things like that. So it focuses very much on like how do I do these real world problems that applications need to solve, like loading files from the file system using a built-in file picker makes it really easy. And in general, it just makes the mixed reality development experience much easier. So it is basically an entire engine of its own. It's an alternative to the other tools that are out there, but it is very specifically focused on mixed reality first. So all of the defaults are set up to work really well in mixed reality. All the graphics are tuned to work really well on mobile mixed reality headsets. And it's just a really good experience for those of you who are developing applications that are specifically for mixed reality. It's also a part of the C# ecosystem, just using the regular C# stuff. So nothing fancy or funky going on here. You can just work with NuGet and the latest and greatest .NET features. So it's really good for developers who are already in the .NET ecosystem and really want to make the most of it.
Hi there, my name is Manuel and I'm the co-founder at Mazing, and I'll show you a little bit today how we can effectively market augmented reality. Because we all know like having tech is one thing, but the question is always how can we use that effectively? And give me now a few seconds so I can share my second screen and walk you through a presentation with some examples. I'll show you various use cases and also how our clients use augmented reality and how they effectively market that. And also for this presentation, we gathered a lot of data. So we checked different projects, how they perform before and after augmented reality marketing implementation. And I'll share screen. As I already said, without marketing, there is no sales. And we have to make sure that we embed an effective AR marketing strategy. A little bit of a background about us at Mazing and what our journey was so far at the company. So we started being an augmented reality agency, more or less. So we developed custom VR and AR experience, but we soon realized that there are a lot of problems occurring when creating AR at the end of the day. And we saw especially for retail companies, because that's our main target group, it is slow, expensive, and complicated to create 3D models. And that's why we really rethought the way how we can get to 3D and augmented reality. And as I said, we tackled that problem with two approaches. So first of all, we are providing an extremely low entry barrier to create 3D models. And we're supplying e-commerce companies then with web-based augmented reality, but also metaverse platforms. How we do that? So first of all, as explained, we need to get from 2D to AR, and that's what we are doing with templates, 3D templates, or artificial intelligence. So in reality, we take, well, quite many 2D pictures of different angles, and then we can create automatically 3D models. This is something which is really just in development. But you'll see later, an hour later actually, my colleague and brother Marco and co-founder as well, he will guide you through various ways how to create 3D models, and he'll show some interactive examples as well. So I think you should check that out if you're interested. Yeah, next on are the different web AR technologies. So later I'll show you some examples as well. We have SLAM, you're from the industry, so you probably know what that means. We have try-on, also fully web-based shoe try-on or glasses try-on. And then you can publish that on e-commerce platforms or metaverse platforms as well, as I explained. So here you see how AR is created in our platform, first of all. So you simply upload a 2D picture, for example. And before that, a 3D template, namely this thing artists use, was used. I don't know the English name, not even the German one. But anyway, it's a few clicks. You press publish, you check all the settings. And then you immediately can view it in your space already. And again, this is all web-based, so you don't need to download any app, and you can even add animations, hotspots, configurations in AR. So pretty cool stuff without there. But I don't want to keep this too long and jump right into AR marketing. So here we see how NFT projects are actually using AR, namely by putting their NFT, which used to be just a JPEG, on a 3D template, and then they place it on cool spots, or they share the link to others where they can place it. That's the Vienna Belvedere castle, by the way. And it looks super awesome, I think. And this is something which adds utility to the value of NFTs. Quickly here, the different AR technologies in action. So you can place products on the floor. You can try on. This is something extremely cool because not many companies can do it out there, especially app-based. So you can virtually try on shoes, and it works pretty lean as well. So as a shoe company or whatever, a fashion company at the end of the day, this is something how you can use AR very, very good for virtual try-on. And I always recommend, obviously because it's my company, but I always recommend to use it web-based and not just app-based. And then we have the wall tracking. Here you go, you place it, and then you search for the wall, and there you go. Well, I guess you got that. So let's check how print media can use AR for their marketing. Namely, they can improve their interactivity of those prints much better with AR. So you can overlay, for example, a cover or whatsoever of a magazine with interactive videos or 3D models. And here is, for example, a business card. So it's simply triggered with a QR code. And then it's a very simple example, we just did quickly. So there's a picture on this business card, a video, and in this case, a 3D model of a barbecue. So if you're hungry, probably that's not the best video to watch, but let's go on. And here is another example, just to point out the different AR technologies and how companies can use that for their marketing. This is location-based. So for example, if you have a store or whatsoever, you can mark your store on a certain GPS location, and then on this place you can make sure that there is an experience happening, not just the store itself, but really an AR experience which stays in the mind of people at the end of the day. Plus, you have the effect of user-generated content. This is a very strong marketing tool for AR because people who go there, it's something unique, right? So they don't experience it every day. So if they go there and they can just simply film it and then post it on Instagram or social media, generally, hey, look how cool is that? And that's at the end, free advertisement for you. Another example I wanted to show you, there is much more which you can do than just displaying normal models in AR, right? So here we have the project with
an iPhone X. Are you still happy with it? Let's compare it to the latest iPhone. Take a look. I have added it to your T-Mobile shopping cart.
So as I just said, that was a project with T-Mobile, and they wanted to have more than just plain models of phones on your desk, right? So they had the problem that users or shoppers have troubles to understand how big might the new phone be, and is it enough? Can I reach everything with my phone, you know? And that's why we develop a solution where the client can choose the old phone and then compare it to the new phone, and also compare the specs at the same time. Okay, let's really jump into the marketing itself now. First of all, we need to check for a website or wherever you want to place it, where exactly does that fit? So we can embed it with a direct link on any website, like View in AR Now, or you can embed it as an iframe. I'll stop the presentation for a short moment and show you some client examples, how they embedded AR on their websites. Okay, for example, Sunnybag here, they sell backpacks and they embedded it directly in their product gallery. So you simply have your 3D model here, and it's much more interactive and cooler than classic pictures. And of course, the AR version, if you are on the phone, so you can simply embed that as an AR model as well on your phone. Toshiba, for example, did it two ways. So in the first way, they embedded AR with a banner, basically. So they advertise the function here, and then they say, okay, with clicking View in your space, you can experience it now, and they link it. Um, Toshiba has various websites, of course, they're a huge company. So the other way they did it was simply embedding it directly with an iframe on the product side. That's also easily doable. And you can interact with it. And again, if you're in your space, as I am now, I'm on the desktop. So you simply scan the QR code. Another way is creating an own landing page for your AR products. So in this case, it's Leonard. They're selling football tables, like football. And they embedded all of them on one landing page so you can experience the top sellers on one glance and play around with it. Configure it, color, type, and then again, view it in your space. The second one is placement. So as I just, oh no, I didn't want that. I'm an IT guy, but I fail using PowerPoint. Okay, there you go. Again, the placement, we covered that already, but then the third part is the proper advertisement. So as I just told you before, Sunnyberg, they launched AR on the web shop and they sent out a press release. And actually the media really, really liked to cover that story because it was something unique, you know, it was not a retail company launches Google Ads campaign or whatsoever. So it's something new. And as you probably realized, then the metaverse came and this changed everything because all the media wanted to cover something about metaverse because it was and it is still such a big thing. But here is really the time pretty sensible because probably two, three months from now, it won't be covered that much because it was a hype. It's, if you look at the Gartner hype cycle about the metaverse, it's pretty on the top. And at the end of the day, AR is also part of the metaverse, right? So if you are implementing an AR campaign or something like that, use the word metaverse because this is something the media really wants to hear. The second one is AR consulting. So what you can do here is embed chatbots on your website. It can be either interactive or not too interactive, and also talking with real people. And at the same time, you can train those real people to really advertise the AR experience. So if you say, hey, I don't know which chair I want to buy, or I don't know which phone, hey, just try this AR function. Here you have the top sellers and test them out, how they look like in your phone. If you need anything during your AR experience, please let me know. So this can be a very effective tool as well to just market your AR better. And then we have the in-store consultancy. So when somebody comes to the store and they are maybe not sure if this bed or whatsoever in the store will also fit your own house, you can simply tell them, or the consultant can simply tell them, okay, well, if you don't want to buy now, go home, check it out with AR, does it fit or not? And this usually, we tested that already various times. Of course, it's important here not to say that too soon, because then it might be counterproductive. So people might say, yeah, if I can test it at home, then let's not buy it right now, better test it. And of course, we don't want that. We want to close the deal immediately. But if there is somebody unsure, we can really increase this conversion rate of the people who are unsure. Next one, I mentioned before the different AR in-store experiences. And again, I'll show you a video here. This was the short one, yes. So for example, Under Armour here did a very cool campaign where they advertised their new sports shoes with different scenes. And actually it was posted so many times on social media, so it was pretty crazy. As I said before, the user-generated content was very effective here. Another one, which is probably interesting for you as well, is the Timberland AR campaign. It's a bit of a longer video, but they also show how they set up the big screens. So it's about making going to the shop more attractive again and using AR for that. So, well, as we all know, when we go shopping, right? There are so many clothes at the end of the day, and we really need to be patient and have time to try them on, especially for shoes. I feel like, well, that's my own opinion, because I see so many pairs on the screen, well, on the shelf. And then if you imagine you could just go in front of a screen and then try 10, 20 different pairs in a very quick way, just swipe through it. It's going to be much more efficient, especially for me as a guy. I'm not really a fan of shopping, but I want my shoes. I want my shoes to look good. And this would be a way for sure to make the shopping more efficiently and also make it more attractive for me to go to the store again. So yeah, but let me know in the Discord if that's your opinion too, and if you have any other ideas or opinions, please let me know. And as you see, people really have fun and they're filming each other, and yeah. Then another very cool way how to advertise AR is something like this here, done from Ada Whirlpools. So they embedded their AR experience on their website. And of course, you need to also educate people a little bit how to use AR, because a small amount of portion at the end have tried AR already, and they probably don't even know how that works. So they did a very, very cool campaign here with this video. I find the guy pretty funny. But it's perfect. I mean, it fits their buyer persona at the end of the day. And as you see here, instead of just measuring and getting depressed by measuring that, they can literally scan the QR code and then place the product in their garden. They also explain it here a little bit, how the AR is placed. Here you go. And here it's really important, I think, the details of the 3D model. So you want people to really experience your product and love the 3D model at the end of the day, so they can buy it. And yeah, actually they have it on their website. So if you ever want to try a hot tub in your garden, feel free to go to AIDA, and then they have it there on their website. Now I did it the correct way. Okay, next on is something I think is very effective as well, namely combining web-based augmented reality with social augmented reality. So using like Instagram filter or snap lenses can really boost the awareness of the models or of your AR experience. So for example, if you have glasses, if you sell glasses as an online shop, you might need all of the glasses, of course, on your web shop to have augmented reality. So you want people to try all of them. And you can market that with an Instagram filter. And maybe it's not just the glasses as an Instagram filter, but something happens, something funny happens, or there is like competition happening or something like that, so that you really boost interactivity and get people also to try to your web AR experience, because with the Instagram filter, you can have kind of an organic and viral growth marketing. The last but very important topic I want to cover as well is the data. So where does it work actually, and how many phones support AR for the time being? And as I teased at the very beginning of this presentation, we checked for a few projects how many augmented reality loads were okay. So in this case, 72K successful AR placements, 6K failed. Might have been because of the internet connection, or we don't know what exactly was the problem. We know at 2K, the browser was not supported. So sometimes they use DuckDuckGo or some other not so used browsers. It works perfectly on Chrome, Safari, Firefox, and so on. But for these special cases, it can be more tricky. And then AR not supported might be that the phone was just too old. So we really see the highest amount here because of internet connection, most likely. Next on, we need to really see how certain products to perform, as I said. And here we measured one product. We have 1.K 3D views, so means the 3D model, as I showed you before, like the Toshiba, the AC, was loaded 1.8K. And then we have the AR views, which were 700 AR views. And also how many QR codes were scanned. This is from the desktop. And that's why I say it is very, very important that we also have an AR button on the desktop version, because if not, we lose around half of the AR, potential AR placement still, because on average we have like 40-30% desktop traffic, and it's not so mobile yet, especially for people who really go to this buying decision. They very often buy on the desktop and not on the phone. So we still want to get them to place a product in AR, because this is then what triggers the higher conversion rate at the end of the day. And the timeline is something we have to check, because, for example, if you do an Instagram posting or whatsoever, how effective was that? How many 3D AR views did that trigger? But it's not just all about the user. No, it's not just all about the tech. It is also about the user. So as I said before, you have to educate people how to use AR. I gave my grandpa my phone once to try AR. He was happy that I finally showed him what we actually do, for a living. At the beginning, it was rather difficult for him, of course, but then I showed him once how it's done, and it was super easy. So with one video, even we can make a lot of difference and make sure people actually place AR successfully. Yeah, to summarize, before I'll answer the questions on Discord, We saw 4 distinct types of AR for smartphones. Of course, there's more, or you can differentiate more, but this is something which is very useful for retailers and of course marketing agencies. We have to make sure the implementation is done probably, and then the placement, we have to make sure it's placed on the right places of the website. We have to advertise it in the right way, and we always have to build, measure, learn. So measure the data, see what goes well, what doesn't go well, and go on from there. And never forget the user, so educate them and really make the best of an AR investment by properly advertising that. And if you have any other questions or wishes, just let me know. My name is Manuel Messner. Let's just connect on LinkedIn. And here is my email, my phone number. If you feel like reaching out in this way, let me know. And now I'm very happy to answer your questions on Discord. And let's keep connected and have fun on the rest of the XR fair. And of course, check out my brother's talk later, talking about how to get from 2D pictures to 3D. Ciao, ciao.